At their own 22-yard line.
Let's go. 10-2 stop.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Hey, watch it, watch it.
Snap.
First carry for Darius Geis. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. And now here's a timeout called by the Colts on the defensive side of the ball. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
On the set.
51 to mine.
Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball.
Geis with a carry on 2nd down. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. They're going to look to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a 4th down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Call it a loss of 6 on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Hey, 43, 43, 15. Hey, 57, 57.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
That's a gain of 9. Brings up 3rd and 7.
50. Yellow. Hey, check.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. Completes it to Samuel. So the big play nullified, a legal forward pass.
And maybe we know why they were able to get such a good chunk of yardage on that play. That pass was illegal.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Pats will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Geis. It's a foot race. He's at the 50. He's at the 30, the 20, and all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Darius Geis, 97 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
This is taken about 7 yards deep.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can try to have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. On second and 11 now. Mahomes, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Darren Lee charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11. Gonna need better protection here. Third and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Maurice Hurst make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point.
At their own 42-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Granted, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. They'll run with Geis. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
They'll set up to throw. He may try and run for this. And a nice job there defensively to contain him and get him to the ground a few yards short of the first down marker. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Defense, let's go.
Yellow.
Check 50.
43. 43.
Rush in. Smoke. Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
A toss play. Gordon. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. 3rd down just got a lot tougher. That will officially go as a loss of 7. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He's got his tight end Fant. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
Check safety, check safety. Out, 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 out.
Attack, attack.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Charlie.
Bang, 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 bang.
Hey, check Mike 50. Mike is a 50.
Following the penalty, here's Gordon. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Check. Showing it, showing it. Check 52. Check 3, check 3.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Yellow. All right, 80. Hero 15.
Stop your whining.
Mahomes going to pull it out and keep it himself. Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. Darren Lee picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Sanders' kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Well, that's something of a pick-me-up. The offense certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either.
And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people
through an opening, and there he goes. A big play there on the catch. And run, 62 yards.
62 yards on the play. And the Patriot 1st down.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Looking to throw. Dancing to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
At the 17-yard line.
Go! 60 Pittsburgh.
Hey, tight down. There you go.
Check.
Fair.
And he coughed it up, and the Colts pick it up. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations, big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Let's go, D. Mike's 50. I got you, son. Mike.
Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes eluding the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. And he slides to avoid the hit. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Throwing now is Mahomes. That's into the hands of Edwards. He'll have a first down past the 40. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 16 yards to pick up there. The Colts have a first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, bravo! Mike's 50. Hey, here we go. Mike 50, Mike 50. 15. Ricky. 25, check 25.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Mike's 50. Get in the way.
Hey, 57 color.
On play action, it's Mahomes. Going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Mike 52.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Flushed out right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Well, they went with the nickel. They throw in an extra defensive back. Coverage was very good.
Yeah, it was exactly as you would expect. A passing down. You bring in the nickel package. Just as you described, the coverage was excellent and allowed one of their linemen to end up getting to the quarterback.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Open man is Higgins. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
First down, Patriots.
Here we go. Turn 2 stop.
Man left.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. This pass complete to Higgins. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12.
And the Patriot first down.
Come on, set.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Look at me. Go. Go.
He'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side?
There goes Melvin Gordon. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
So instead of trailing into the lockers, they grabbed the lead with the clock reading all zeros before intermission.
I would love to go into the locker room with them because right now they're riding a nice wave, aren't they? They're feeling good about themselves. But I know the coach is going to be talking to them about calming down, taking it easy. We've got a whole second half, but use the way we finished the first one to start the second.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Get him! Kill.
15.
Turn it out. Check.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
The false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15.
They can't hang with us. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Mahomes hit, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time. Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Now this time he'll look to throw, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Now back to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cleveland Farrell with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
A gain there of 21 yards.
Yellow.
Now Gordon on first down. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 44-yard line.
Yellow. Go on, Eddie.
Watch the pass.
Hey, rip list.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. This is Geis. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
2nd and 1. That is caught inside the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. In for the score as his guys are able to regain the lead.
Without a doubt, the fade route is tough to stop if your wide receiver and quarterback are on the same page and the ball is placed in the proper spot.
Extra point from McManus is good, and that makes it a 17-10 score. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Yellow.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10.
15.
Undercrush.
15.
Undercrush.
They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Back now in Indianapolis. It's the Colts, so they've got the football, but they've got work to do, trailing here as we begin the 4th quarter. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
15.
Check Mike 50. Mike is a 50. Check Mike 50. Hey, man. Watch the boot. Watch the exit. Hey. Alert. Mike's
Yellow.
There's a part.
Mahomes now to throw. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
His struggles finding open receivers continue. I don't know the last time I saw him this inconsistent throwing the football.
It would be hard to find a date when he was this inconsistent. You know, in his locker, he keeps the word poise printed on an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. He needs to find that poise right now.
He certainly does. In fact, I would suggest he laminated.
This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Mahomes to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tarvarius Moore. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he will score. Touchdown, Patriots. Oh, that's about as tough as they come. You're driving to try to put the ball in the end zone and tie the game, and that happens.
It's exciting for us, wasn't it? Because we were thinking, hey, we might be headed towards overtime. Instead, it looks like this one may very well be done. And guess what? If you're a fantasy owner and you have that defense, you just had a big, big game, didn't you?
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Let's go, baby.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And they gave up the pick six. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down. They'll run on first down. It's Gordon, and this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Another carry, same story. Fourth quarter, and he is in red numbers right now with a running game.
Hard to believe, because you figure at some point you break off a run. But in this case, what we're seeing is just pure domination by the defense. I think it started with the scouting report. They got into what they were doing offensively, into their mindset, and now they're beating them to the punch on every snap.
On second and 11 now. Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Frank Clark has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches, always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. And they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this deep into Patriot territory. A big play there for Indy. 61 yards. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Flush to his right. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. He's at the 40, 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New England. It's their quarterback. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead. And it's blocked. Picked up by the offense. This is a live ball.
Ball, baby, that's our ball. That's our ball, yeah.
Following the botch PAT, they're set to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Let's get this.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. They go play action. Now Mahomes steps away to his left. He's going to let it fly. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A huge play that time for the Colts. 47 yards. On 1st down, Mahomes. He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13.
So don't say nothing. Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
I'm coming. Right down these two. Right down these two. I'm coming.
Now Mahomes. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Noah Fant, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Colts are able to draw a bit closer. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that cuts this lead down to 13.
17.
And this one travels out of bounds. So unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Ready.
52's the mic.
Rock it.
Oh, you got deep? Check.
Hit it.
Now a toss. This is Geis. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop him with 22 ticks to go in the 4th.
At the 38-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
He's checking. Crash.
Let's go.
Now the ball comes loose, and the Colts pick it up. The 40, 30, 10, and he takes it in for a Colts score. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. And you know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
Jason Sanders set to kick off.
And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete.
All day, baby, all day.
Select the team you want to start your season with recommended settings. If you wish to change roles or adjust options, use the tiles on the left. Select the team you want to join. Start your season